We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with what could only be described as being a truly shocking and unexpected moment coming out of last night's NXT Battleground show. The card itself was great, but what really has the entire wrestling community buzzing following Battleground would undoubtedly have to be the fact that NXT's Trick Williams dethroned Joe Hendry of the TNA World Championship in the main event of the show. No doubt a lot of fans were looking forward to this clash between Trick Williams and Joe Hendry, but very few fans legitimately expected for Joe to drop the TNA title to Trick Williams, who is a WWE talent. However, history was made at Battleground, as Trick Williams became the first ever TNA champion who's signed and active in WWE. Many fans were left completely stunned and speechless after the conclusion of Battleground, and judging by fan reactions on social media, some legitimately believe Trick Williams winning the TNA World title from Joe Hendry was an unplanned or unscripted moment due to how shocking it was, especially when a photo of TNA President Carlos Silva, looking shocked in the aftermath of Trick's title win, began going viral on Twitter. TNA President Carlos Silva was there live in the crowd to show support for their world champion Joe Hendry, and because of how surprised and distraught Carlos looked after Joe lost the title, some speculated that Joe losing the title is something WWE decided to do without TNA's consent or approval, basically a title change done off script. However, we can put that speculation to bed regarding Trick Williams winning the TNA World Championship being an unscripted moment that wasn't supposed to happen, because there's absolutely no way WWE would be that unprofessional, especially given their mutual partnership with TNA. In all likelihood, TNA President Carlos Silva looking the way he did after Joe Hendry lost the world title was done on purpose, to add more buzz and mystery to this shocking title change, because we truly can't see a world where WWE would do something like that behind TNA's back. It just wouldn't make any sense. Now, as far as the plans for Trick Williams, now that he's the new TNA World Champion, it's likely that Williams will drop the title to Mike Santana in Mike's hometown of New York at the upcoming TNA Slammiversary pay-per-view in July, with TNA trying to position Mike Santana as their next big star. However, in the meantime, Trick Williams will have a couple-month title reign and will likely be appearing in TNA regularly moving forward. As far as Joe Hendry is concerned, his TNA World title loss at Battleground basically suggests that he's WWE bound, as Joe's TNA contract is supposed to be expiring soon, and no doubt Triple H has that WWE contract ready for him to sign once he's officially a free agent, which could be very soon, now that he's been booked to drop the TNA title. With all of this being said, let us know your thoughts on Trick Williams shocking the world last night at Battleground by winning the TNA World Championship, and in your opinion, do you believe this was something that WWE and TNA agreed to move ahead with, or do you believe the fan theory that this title change was done without TNA's knowledge, hence why TNA President Carlos Silva looked so shocked after the match was over? Sound off in the comment section below. Now, for any fans who were concerned about Jesse Ventura's standing in WWE coming out of Saturday night's main event, where Jesse went on a rant following the conclusion of the steel cage match between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, we thankfully have some relieving news, and clearly the concern was unwarranted. In an update provided by Fightful Select, Jesse Ventura's rant about Damian Priest winning the cage match by walking out the door reportedly drew laughs from a lot of the crew backstage, suggesting that there's no heat on him, which is good news. However, it was stated that Jesse was expected to have stayed quiet during Lillian Garcia's intro. Regardless, it's a relief to hear that Jesse doesn't have any sort of backstage heat for his off-the-cuff rant, and hopefully he continues his role with Saturday night's main event moving forward, as he's certainly very entertaining. Now, it was reported the other day by PW Insider that Triple H apparently held a mandatory Zoom meeting for all contracted WWE talent regarding emerging medical treatments like stem cell therapy and platelet-rich plasma, with E-Wrestling News reporting. The purpose of the session was to educate the roster on the latest scientific developments surrounding these advanced recovery methods. Sources indicate that WWE presented the meeting as an informational resource aimed at helping performers make well-informed decisions about injury management and long-term health. The company made it clear that the session was not an endorsement or promotion of PRP or stem cell treatments. Instead, the discussion centered on distinguishing between aspects of these therapies supported by peer-reviewed research and those still under scientific scrutiny. WWE also stressed that there was no obligation for talent to either pursue or reject these treatments. The goal was to provide a balanced overview of the potential benefits, risks, and current medical consensus, empowering performers to better assess their own recovery options. Now Fightful Select had provided an update on this mandatory talent meeting Triple H held recently, with eWrestling News reporting, according to the report, WWE addressed the growing interest in stem cell therapy and mentioned the possibility of partnering with a stem cell clinic in Cancun, Mexico, a facility that several WWE talents have already visited for treatment. Stem cell therapy has become increasingly popular among professional wrestlers, with stars like Rey Mysterio reportedly extending their in-ring careers thanks to its benefits. While WWE has not officially endorsed such procedures, the company aimed to use the meeting as an opportunity to educate talent and present the current medical consensus. The goal was to help wrestlers make informed decisions about their recovery options. Finally, it was noted that several attendees described the meeting as enlightening. Now, it's definitely great to hear that WWE are trying to help their talent with recovery, injury management, and long-term health, because no doubt helping wrestlers prolong their careers a bit more, while at the same time making sure these talents stay in better overall health is good news all around for WWE, their performers and fans alike. Last night, there were two big wrestling events going on the same day, with AEW putting on their Double or Nothing pay-per-view, while WWE put on their Battleground show, making this head-to-head show scheduling, and during the post-Double or Nothing media scrum, AEW President Tony Khan issued a bold response to WWE counter-programming Double or Nothing, making comparisons to the WWE and WCW ratings war, although Tony emphasized that things will go much differently this time, revealing it's pretty consistent. I'd say it's the most consistent event head-to-head scheduling I've seen since Jim Crockett Promotions saw a lot of scheduling that went that way. I can tell you this will go a lot differently than that did. Now let us know down in the comments section below who you think put on the better show last night, WWE or AEW. As some of you are likely aware, Chelsea Green was unfortunately injured during her women's United States title rematch with Zelina Vega at Saturday night's main event over the weekend, with Chelsea suffering from a nose injury after taking a 619 from Zelina Vega, which certainly didn't go as planned. However, while some wrestling fans were worrying that Chelsea Green would be forced to take some time off from WWE to recover from her injury, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has provided fans with a pretty surprising update regarding Chelsea's status, suggesting that Chelsea Green won't be missing any TV time because of the injury, revealing it was a clean break, so it's not bad. And I think she is going to stay on television from what I gather. You know, she got from a 619 from Zelina Vega. This is honestly great news that Chelsea Green won't be missing any TV time due to the injury she sustained over the weekend, and because of that, Chelsea will have the opportunity to try and reclaim her title moving forward.